Another lovely record by the Hollies on Billboard's Hot 100, June 7th, 1969. Got the same harmonies, although Graham Nash had left the group by then. I'll get into that in just a minute. Running ahead of myself, as I usually do. At number 7, oh my goodness, dropped to 78. 61 to 58. It peaked at 56 here in the States, down to 78 the week of June 7th, 1969. I'm Sorry, Suzanne by the Hollies. Alan Clark on lead vocals. Terry Sylvester replaced Graham Nash. Graham Nash sang the high notes with Alan Clark, lead singer with the Hollies. He harmonized with Alan Clark with the Hollies. And gosh, dog, Carrie Ann and Bus Stop and Look Through Any Window. Yeah, some of the splendid moments of the Hollies. And with this new guy, Terry Sylvester, they still continued the harmonies, the stellar harmonies. The Hollies, Sorry Suzanne. Sorry Suzanne was not a big hit here in the States. Went to number 56. In England, it was much bigger. Went to number 3, number 1 in Switzerland. How about that? Now, I got to talk about the guys who wrote this record. Oh, gosh, we're talking about the luminaries of England back in the day. Well, it's written by Geoff Stevens and Tony McCauley. Let's start with Tony McCauley. Tony McCauley wrote Baby Now That I Found You by the Foundations. Yes, got a great beat to that record. It's all about the beat. He wrote Build Me Up Buttercup. And get this, I just found this out about Tony McCauley. I didn't know this. Are you ready for this? Tony McCauley wrote Don't Give Up on Us, Baby by David Soul. He produced it. Now let's talk about Geoff Stevens. Winchester Cathedral, da, 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 da. He wrote that song. Geoff Stevens did. He also formed a new vaudeville band, which came out with that record. That group, by the way, new vaudeville band. Guess who managed that group? You're gonna be amazed. You're gonna be like Paul McCartney and sing "Maybe I'm Amazed." Peter Grant managed them. Peter Grant managed new vaudeville band, who later became manager of Led Zeppelin. But anyway, Geoff Stevens. Now, here's another amazing thing about Geoff Stevens. He wrote The Crying Game. The Crying Game originally hit for Dave Barry. It was in England or in Europe back in 1964, covered by Boy George. Hit by Boy George in 1993. And let's see, I'm looking over my notes here. The songs that Geoff Stevens co-wrote with other writers. There's a Kind of a Hush. He co-wrote that, and also with Peter Callender, another songwriter. Peter Callender. He wrote "Daddy, Don't You Walk So Fast," covered by Wayne Newton. Geoff Stevens co-wrote this fabulous disco hit in '74 by Carol Douglas called "Doctor's Orders," and co-wrote "Daughter of Darkness." Tom Jones. Gosh, dog it, man. Geoff Stevens. They need to write a book on these British songwriters like Geoff Stevens, Peter Callender, and gosh, what's that guy's name? Tony McCauley. They need to write a book about these guys. I'm serious. Anyway, I believe that's all I got to say about this record. All right. Enough said. Sorry, Suzanne. Coming in at number 78, I do believe. Sure does. Number 78 on Billboard's Hot 100, June 7th, 1969.